just came through and financed his brand new Chrome Hearts hoodie. How you feeling, bro?
Woo, feeling good, man.
How much you put down?
I put 150, man.
150, that's it?
Yes, sir.
What's your monthly payment?
$42 a month.
$42 for how long?
72 months.
Woo!
Oh, my.
Congratulations, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the happiest day of my life.
Yo, still everybody, it's your boy Blueprint coming back to y'all with another video. My apologies if y'all can hear like some background noise or whatnot. I'm using my iPhone to record these videos and the audio as well. So my apologies there. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. As y'all can see by the title of this video, financing a hoodie, the cost of bad money habits starts young. Very, very true, man. They start the bad habits start young, and the consequences begin young as well. I mean, even for myself, I've done pretty well for myself, but I've made some decisions on buying certain things and financing certain things that I wouldn't make those decisions again. And I'm very young. I'm in my mid-20s. You know, when you think about buying cars, we think about financing different things. Like I used to think like, oh, I could just finance it. I'm good for it. So let's do it. But the reality is you still got to pay it back, and you can't invest that money into appreciating things or things that at least hold their value, because you're still paying off something a year later, even though it may have been a no interest or a lower interest rate. Right. It's just not a winning formula. So as y'all can see, this young kid, like he's a young black kid, just going to throw that out there. Right. I think it matters. He's at this shop. He bought a Chrome Heart hoodie. That hoodie, from what I can see online, typically is worth at most around like $1,100. But based on what we can see in this video, he's putting $150 down. He's paying $42 a month over a 72-month period. So if my math serves me correctly, that hoodie will end up costing him $3,174, right? That is absolutely insane. And I think that just goes to show that hopefully this video is fake, by the way. Like, a part of me wonders, like, bro, there's no way that whoever created this video was like, oh, this is a great marketing tool to get more customers to my business. If anything, that just makes me turned off to your business, because it lets me know that you're just finessing people out here. So hopefully the video is fake, to be honest with you, right? But when we think about it, right, like, this is why, and I'm gonna take it here. I'm gonna go here with it. This is why, as black people, we struggle to get ahead. This is why we struggle to really build wealth and things of that nature, because we have poor financial literacy. And I can speak for myself growing up in my home. Like, a lot of times my parents, they were older school. They didn't really openly discuss finances with me and my brother, because we were kids. So like, they didn't want to openly teach us the different disciplines and the different benefits of doing things a certain way, because they were very closed off about their money. And I think that's a bad idea. I think that's a losing strategy. I believe that, if anything, you should be open with your kids about money as soon as possible and be real with them, so that way they have a better grasp and understanding of it, so that when they become 18 or become of age, they can make solid decisions based on logic and understanding, instead of based off of emotion and impulse, right? So yeah, when we think about it, right, like, I think there's a stat out there that says approximately 78% of black credit card holders carry a balance on their credit cards. Like, so that means that essentially, if you bought something for $1,000, you don't pay off that full $1,000 balance within the 30-day period. And so that means that you'll get charged interest the following month if you have any balance remaining on it. And we carry these balances month over month at a 78% rate, right? Now, to put things in better perspective, this is compared to our counterparts that carry a balance of 42% month over month. So like, white and non-Hispanic card holders carry a balance of 42% month over month. Asian card holders, 27%, and white and non-Hispanics, 42%, and even Hispanics at a 62% rate. Like, that is crazy, right? Compared to us at 78%. So that's one thing, right? Another thing, when we think about like black home ownership, like the rate versus like white people, right? There's stats that show that 65% of white people own homes, whereas for blacks, it's 44%, right? So that's a 20% gap. And in today's economy, in today's world, and it's really always been this way, but we like to make money more complicated than it really is a lot of times. And I think black people be doing that. Like we be doing that because we think that there's a strategy out there that hasn't been available to us. So we try to over engineer it. Like, no, bro, money is very simple. Either comes in or it goes out. And certain things make more money come in. And so we think about home ownership. That is key. Like ownership in general is key. Ownership is key when it comes to building wealth and building financial stability. If you are living in an apartment, no knock to you. Maybe there's the advantage of location, or maybe it's more so you're living in this area for a short period of time, right? Or maybe you just don't want to like maintain the place, right? Like you don't want to have to worry about the maintenance costs and things of that nature. Or there are advantages to owning an apartment. But we think about it from a building wealth standpoint. Let's take away like any opportunities that may be available to you because you live in an apartment. Let's just say the fact that you're paying $1,400 a month in rent, living in an apartment versus paying $1,400 a month on your mortgage, owning a home. You are going to build wealth quicker by owning a home because it's an appreciating asset typically. Typically, homes appreciate in value. This has been proven over decades and generations of evidence. They typically appreciate. My home that I own, when I first bought it, I bought it for $170,000. It's a year and a half later, and Zillow estimates it to be worth $193,000. Typically, homes appreciate, right? So when you buy a home, you're banking on that. And then also you can upgrade it as well because you own it. Whereas an apartment, you can't do that. So I could get my kitchen remodeled and boom, I just added $15,000 to the value of my home. Or I could remodel it myself, right? I could remodel my bathroom. I just added $7,000, $8,000 to the value of my home. I can add another bathroom, which I plan on doing eventually in the basement, right? There's different things where you can make your home worth more money, whereas you can't do that with an apartment. So like this is just another reason why, blacks are behind. And this is like why this dude made a bad decision, right? Like he financing a hoodie of all things, right? And then also too, like 50 to 60% of blacks have 1K saved up. Now I wasn't able to find like any credible data around like what percent of whites have 1K saved up. Based on the data that I've seen, there may be less whites that have 1K saved up than blacks, which is a very interesting study given everything else we discussed. But the reality is that $1,000 is not a lot of money. And you got to think a lot of people have kids. A lot of people are, married. A lot of people have different things going on to where they're not just responsible for themselves. So $1,000 even for yourself doesn't go too far these days, but especially when you have other, dependents, like it definitely doesn't go that far. So not a lot of money saved up, right? Now, I say all of this to say, I do believe that in certain circumstances and situations, financing something could be beneficial, right? Let's say you don't have the money available and you have a need. Like, let's say your washer goes bad. And let's say you don't live by a laundromat. Or let's say like you have kids and it's just more feasible, right, for you to buy a new washing machine. If you have good credit, you should finance a washing machine on 0% interest financing to pay it off as soon as possible, right? Let's say that you're starting a business, right? Let's say you take out a loan. Now, I would only advise this if you have a surefire business plan or something that you have proven can generate you money. You take out a loan to grow the business in that case, right? So there's different times when financing or loaning out something is beneficial or taking out a loan is beneficial. But most times it's better to buy it cash, like the reality, because most items depreciate greatly, right? Even a home. If I had the ability to buy a home cash, I would 100%, right? Because you don't have to worry about paying the interest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saving money. And the same thing with a car. One of the worst financial decisions I made was to buy a car during COVID when supply was low. So, like, first of all, supply was low. Demand's still there because people need cars. And parts weren't there. So, like, the car selection was poor. It just was a bad idea, right? I should have rolled my car out till the wheels fell off before trying to buy a new one. But hey, it is what it is. But like the cost of bad money habits starts young, right? And if we're not aware of these things, and if we don't start becoming more disciplined in these areas, it'll only continue to grow as we grow older. But for me, I believe debt free is the way to live. Like, that's the way I want to live. I got homies that used to be, oh man, like, you can leverage other people's money, blah, blah, blah. Look, bro, like I said, I like to keep money simple. Debt free is the way for me. I believe there's a level of peace that's involved in that, a level of clarity. I believe that says a lot about the person in itself when they're able to live debt free like that and become debt free. And then you don't have to become pigeonholed to a job or a business or a career. Like, you can, if you need to, walk away and start something else and make less money for the short term because you don't have debt that you have to pay off, right? Your expenses are very minimal. So that's my philosophy, at least. But let me know down below your thoughts. Homie, you got ripped off, bro. I hope that video is fake. Black people, young people, we got to do better. And older people, y'all got to put us on game better, too. Because, like I said, my parents, they didn't want to reveal the numbers. I believe that's a bad decision. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe for more. Like the video. I'm out. Peace.